Hi, this is Mrs. McNulty, and in this video, I'm going to step you through how I created these icons with using the Noun Project reference photos or images. Okay, here is my finished Google Drawing document, but we're going to look at it and analyze and break down how these icons were created. All right, here's a new document. The first thing I had to do was to insert the images that you had downloaded from the Noun Project. So what I did was go to Insert Image from Drive. Okay, they're right here in my Drive because I had just added them. So I'm going to, let's start with the computer. Insert that one. Okay, it comes in. I'm going to reduce it a bit. It's just going to be a reference photo, so I'll put it up here. Okay, you could do the same with the other ones. Okay, just insert image from your drive because you've downloaded them, stored them in the research folder for this project. Okay, so here is the icon I was looking at. Here's the one I made using shapes in Google Drawings. Okay, so I'm just going to bring him onto these grouped all together right now. So I'm going to say arrange and ungroup so we can kind of dig into how I created them. Okay, so what I thought when I saw this icon was that these shapes are probably available in the Shapes tool. So I went to look for those. What I found was a rounded rectangle. I found one that I could adjust the size of. Okay, so let's start with the rounded rectangle. And what I did was draw out a shape that I thought looked like the screen. Okay, over here a little bit. And then I thought if I gave it a heavy outline, okay, maybe I'll see what it, yep, that looks good. And no color, just make it transparent, or we can make it white. Okay, kind of looks like the screen, right? For the keyboard area, I was wondering about this shape, the trapezoid. I thought that looked pretty good. Now this one, I think I'll fill in with black. Okay, and then use just a smaller version. Can either get another shape or say edit, copy, edit, paste, reduce it. Okay. Oh. There we go. Reduce that one. Okay, and this time make it white with no color. I'll move that in there. Okay, pretty good so far. Now I'll do these little squares. They looked a little bit like they had rounded corners, so I was looking for the rounded corner. If you hover over these shapes, it tells you what the title of them is, which gives you a hint. So I thought maybe if I did that, I made it black. Okay, I could have something, and maybe just copy and paste a few of those. Okay, I can change the size later. Now I'm wondering how can I get that to have the, break from the screen, that little line in there. So I thought, what if I made it a white border? Okay, and then that blocks out part of the screen. So you can use your line, remember it doesn't have to be a thin line, you can use it as thick as you want to cause the space. Okay, so it does make the square look a little bit different, but that's fine. Another one in there, we can reduce it. Okay, so you get the idea. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. I'll put a larger one out here maybe. Remember to constrain the proportions of a shape. You want to hold down the Shift key when you're enlarging or decreasing it. Okay, that looks good. So this one I think I'll do the same with the border color. That looks good. All right, so to fit them all together, what I'm going to do is group everything. So I'm going to swipe over. I don't want to include this one now. So what I'm going to do is regroup this one, arrange, group, and then I can move it. When you have the double arrows there, is the move tool. Move that over so that I can now select this group and say arrange, group. I'm going to reduce it a little bit. Okay, so that's that guy. And remember, you can always zoom in and out on your screen. You have the whole area to work with. Okay, good. Now I'm going to show you how I insert image from a drive. Let's go with this guy. This time I'm going to insert him. Put him up there. Okay, I'm going to zoom back in a little closer. Okay, now when I looked at this one, I thought, I think if I just use a square with a rounded edges or sides there, that I could probably build this pretty simply. So let's go look and see if there's a shape like that with the rounded. If I drew them out and up, and then what you can do is that when a shape has that little yellow diamond, I guess, looking shape, drag that in and it adjusts the curve of the end. So I'm thinking I'll use that and, of course, fill it in black. Okay, and I can adjust. I think the important thing here is going to be keeping it not, the same width all the time. Okay, so on this one, I did actually blow them up a little bit like that. And then this is the rotate tool, so you can rotate it the direction that you need. So if I move him in here, rotate it a little like that. Again, it doesn't have to be. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now the thing is, we can build them on top of this, but we're going to have to be able to move the icon out of the way. So that's going to be a little tricky in the end, but that is definitely a way to do that. Again, edit, copy, edit, paste might be the safest way then to. It might be easier if I had these in not black. Let's go back to the blue. Okay, move that in. Okay. And I just kept going with that. You know, if you need to have, I think I had a double couple there, and then group them all together. Of course, the head's just a circle. Keep going with that one. Okay, so that one worked pretty well. Yeah, so in the end, I had to grab just the image, okay, and move him out of the way, and then group all my pieces together. Okay. Good. So that's how I did that one. I'm going to now reduce it just for our demo purposes. Okay, let's bring in, let's look at the camera this time. Okay, so of course this one's all thick outlines, I'm thinking. Okay, so I'm going to use a lot of shapes and just, you know, increase the border weight of my line. Okay, here's what I came up with. Okay, so what I did first, I'm thinking I'm gonna build from front to back. Okay, I didn't hold the shift key down there. So I'm thinking that I will start with a large square. You know, if it helps to maybe make it a little larger, or, you know, kind of like the size that you're going to try to replicate. Okay, so you can kind of get an idea of how thick the line weight should be. You can tell I didn't worry about this area here. I just put my buttons on top. Okay, so I'm going to go with that, and I'm going to say, let's see how thick we want our line to be. That looks pretty good for now. Okay, so in the end, this shape is transparent. When you see the gray and white boxes, that means transparency. So I'm looking right through that shape. There's no fill in that shape. Right. What I did next was edit, copy, edit, paste, and I'm going to make this little box on top. So I'm just going to grab that and fit it right in there. Okay, I'm going to do the same with this box down here. Just going to overlap them, make that a little bit smaller. Okay, my little buttons, could even use your same box. Edit, copy, edit, paste, and this time I'll just make it a little smaller. My button up there. Another button, maybe make him a little bit bigger. Okay, another one over here. Okay, when I'm doing this, you know, notice that the shape is selected, the one that I'm going to use. Okay, also note you can use the arrows on the lower right hand side of your keyboard to move things just a little bit. So that's how I got that right into place. I used a little arrow just to move it down a little bit. All right, I'm just seeing that. Let's work on the circle area. I'm going to grab a circle. I'm going to hold the shift key down. I'm dragging that out so that it's a perfect circle. I'm going to try it one more time. Delete that. My circle. Okay, maybe hit the dictionary part. Hold the shift key down. Bring it up a little bit. It's pretty big. Let's see about the weight. Yep, that looks pretty good. Might be a little too big for this, so we will, again, hold your shift key down. Kind of reduce it. Still a little bit big. Good. All right, hope that helps. Bye.